Austin, Texas, land of the weird, land of tacos and barbecue, land of longhorns and live music. It's a town of many names and many sides. We've tripped south and we've tripped east, but now it's time to spin ourselves in a whole new direction. Austin, west side. Wait, no. That way. This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Austin, the capital of Texas, sits very near the middle of the state. But inside Austin, you'll find what feels like a few cities in one. And to explain, we'll need to find a better view by heading to Austin's highest point, the top of Mount Bonnell. So Austin sits in a really unique part of Texas and right on the Balcones escarpment and fault line, where two different regions of Texas collide. So out east, you got rolling Blackland Prairie. But out west, well, this is where the hill country begins. For over 150 years, folks have been making the trek to the top of this mountain for exercise, quiet contemplation, and the views. Hands down, this is the best view of Austin in the entire city. And I remember coming up here as a UT student, and it's this view that made me fall in love with this town. I mean, you've got the tower, the stadium, the Capitol. Downtown buildings are a little taller than I remember them. It's all right. Still a beautiful thing. Austin is getting bigger for sure, but the view is just as inspiring as it ever was. An endless horizon beckoning us to come and explore. So let's go. Now, I will say though, that of all the regions of Austin, I think West Austin has changed the least.
Yeah, I mean, this is so different from the other side of Austin though.
Couldn't be more different.
Okay, if you had to use one word to describe West Austin, what would you pick? What's that word?
Bougie.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's like,
that was my word.
Can I afford to go there?
Just on day trips. Yeah, day trips only.
Don't let the Mega Million mansions fool you into thinking West Austin is just a place for high-rolling tech giants. No, there's plenty for every tripper, including some of my favorite spots in Austin, like Mozarts Coffee Roasters right here on the lake. It's an institution and the perfect place to caffeinate. I remember taking my wife to date nights here when we were in college. Felt super fancy ordering things like macchiatos. Super impressed her. That's why she's still with me. This coffee is definitely necessary for what we're gonna do next, right over there at those boat docks. So if you've watched The Day Tripper for any amount of time, then you've seen me try my hand at more than a few water sports. Sometimes successfully, sometimes, well, we don't have to talk about those times. But today is the day to try something new, as we meet up with Paul from Unhooked Water Sports to try a little eFoiling.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. What is this thing?
It is called an eFoil, or electric hydrofoil. Basically, you've got a wing, and the whole idea behind it is it's going to develop lift, just like a plane would. And once you get going, you kind of just adjust your weight, and it comes out of the water.
No way.
And you just magically float along.
No way. Seems like rocket science to me. But these boards can hit speeds of 30 miles an hour, and I'm ready to give it a shot.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. We're definitely going to be drowning at some point today, so just stand by.
All right, so if you want to just jump in and...
Paul has assured me that most folks can pick this up in an hour or two. The trigger in my hand controls the speed of the propeller. First step, belly surfing.
Away we go. Oh, I gotta turn my controller on. Man, I'm already bad at this. Step one is good. Ah!
Next step, more power.
Okay, up to the next speed. Level 3. Initiate.
And standing. Just like surfing, but not at all like surfing.
It's just super strange to be moving in the water without something pulling you. In every other water sport, you got either a boat in front of you or you have a wave behind you. This is weird. It's like, it's an invisible hand.
And by shifting my weight and giving a bit more trigger, I can fall.
Your feet have to do one thing, and then this dang finger has to do another thing. So you're thinking about a lot, but it's fun. Then I get...
See, this dang finger!
Take your finger off the trigger, kid. It's alive, it's alive.
Too little trigger and you never lift. Too much trigger and you lift too high for the propeller. But get it just right and flight.
This is what the Silver Surfer feels like.
Chet, I gotta say, that was pretty impressive.
Oh yeah?
You picked this up really quick.
Y'all were ready to pack it up and go to the house. I was like, I think I've almost got it. Paul, that was awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
That's incredible.
Nothing like eFoiling up an appetite. So y'all know I love Tex-Mex and I love travel. So what would happen if a Mexican combo platter took a vacation to Hawaii? The answer, Hula Hut. For almost 30 years, the Hula Hut has been tantalizing taste buds with its scratch-made fusion style of cooking in one of Austin's most unique locations. And this is 20-year manager Elias.
This
One of our
is
house specialties.
Texas hospitality, Polynesian hospitality. I don't know what this is.
All
but
mixed into one.
But I like it. What is this?
This is our pescado platter. So
Okay.
it's got a bit of all of our seafood that we have.
And this is an appetizer?
We call it that.
In
Appetizer
Tex-
to
in
be
Texas,
shared.
right?
Exactly.
In
You
Texas.
know, everything's bigger down here.
Coconut shrimp, mahi-mahi tacos, even shrimp wonton flautas.
We only make them. There's no one else that makes these.
Oh gosh, there's cheese in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Cheese, bacon, shrimp, deep fried to perfection.
I love it because this kind of epitomizes what Hula Hut is, which is hard to define. I mean, it's Mexican food, South Pacific, Polynesian food. What?
That's the interesting part. We always tell people it's Tex-Mex with a little surfer twist.
It's genius. So you sort of let the vibe of the water sort of seep into the restaurant, right?
Exactly. I mean, this is what we always tell people is that when you come to Hula Hut, you're not in Austin anymore.
It's like a mini vacation squeezed into mealtime. Drop this place on any beach in America and it works perfectly. You even have waterfront entertainment.
Bring your boat, get off the boat, eat, get back on the boat, and leave.
Well, I'd apologize if you were looking out there earlier when I was hydrofoiling. It wasn't pretty. it wasn't.
I can say it's a lot better than when I attempted it.
Might have been some dining entertainment for some people out here.
If a restaurant lasts 3 years in Austin, it becomes an institution. Hula Hut is going on 3 decades, making it an icon. And I'll hula to that.
Hula, hula, hula. So, one of my favorite parts of Mexican food, fajitas. Take that, bring it to the islands, what do you get? Shrimp fajitas with pineapple and plum sauce. Woo! All right, here we go. That is a darn good fajita. Fresh, char-grilled shrimp with like a little bit of sweetness to them. Woo! That's good. This right here, why I love it so much, it takes the classic thing and then just whoop, spins it in a whole new direction. You know, Austin is a revolving door of restaurants, but there's a reason Hula Hut has been around for as long as it has. It's right here, it's out there, it's all the people in here. It's delicious. Oh, this is rude of me. I'm sorry, you want a bite? Oh, it's the Tiki Man. You have to feed him fajitas or else the volcano blows up. kills the whole village. So as long as you feed him tacos, he's okay.
We now interrupt this programming to remind you to like and subscribe. Now back to the road. So we've exercised our bodies and our stomachs. Time to exercise our minds with a stop to one of Austin's premier art museums that isn't inside a museum at all, but it is definitely something to see.
Oh, hey, what are we looking at?
Whatever it is, it burns my eyes.
Welcome to the Contemporary Austin at Laguna Gloria, a waterfront sculpture garden anchored by a historic mansion that was once the home of Clara Driscoll. Yes, the same Clara Driscoll who saved the Alamo. This is Executive Director Sharon Maidenberg. All right, so first, can I just move in here to this home?
Well, the number of times you've gotten that offer, you cannot actually move in here. This is a historic property. It is now the home of the Contemporary Austin and very much used as part of our art center and museum.
Is this a museum? Is it a garden, a gallery?
Yes.
All of the above.
All of the above.
It's just a beautiful outdoor place to connect with art. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just jump in and see what pops into your brain.
My feeling is that if we can create a really welcoming environment designed to create curiosity and inspiration, I don't feel like people have to get every part of it to enjoy it.
I would totally agree. I mean, this really is like a one-of-a-kind sort of space.
There's nothing like it.
Hey, let's be honest, guys. Art can be strange. Some is beautiful, some is just weird, and some is inspirational.
We usually ask an artist, what's your dream? What do you want to do here? This is an opportunity to really try something cool and different. This trio of sculptures that hang from these trees here, this is by an artist named Ryan Gander. And Ryan is in a wheelchair, and he talked a lot about how as a kid, he dreamt about climbing trees. Especially when we tour kiddos around and families, it's just an opportunity for kids to see that art can be a pathway to making your dreams come to life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He can't physically climb trees, but his art and his inspiration can.
You got it.
That's
You got
awesome.
it. Yeah.
So cool. Now the fun part, walking the grounds and taking it all in. What is this? But I like it. I don't know why I like it, but I like it. Oh, dude, look, so this one sings. It's actually the work of artist and musician Terry Allen. So he got a bunch of his musician artists to write songs about the open road. You know, for a traveling man like me, this one speaks to me. Speaks to me. Okay, so this is one of the oldest pieces out here. It was installed on the artist's birthday here on the grounds. And so on that day, at 2 p.m., the sun shines through this down to this plaque and illuminates it. And based on my knowledge of Indiana Jones or Raiders of the Lost Ark, that means that the Ark of the Covenant is under this.
No,
Like
that's the map.
That's the map for the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, it tells you where to go.
I'm getting a shovel regardless. Get a shovel, it's down there. Just kidding, no disturbing the art. But the line between what is and isn't art out here can be hard to define. Stop and take a breather.
Chet, you're sitting on the art.
What? Oh! Can I sit on this one?
Who knows nowadays, you know?
I'm just not gonna sit anymore.
Probably safest you don't.
We call this one pole with electricity.
That's fancy.
You know, I've got something very similar in my backyard. Okay, so that one is not actually an art piece, but this one is. Oh my gosh.
No way.
This one actually is a pole with a light on it. Called Missing Truffaut.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Truffaut's a cat. If you find him or have any information, please call. Have you seen this cat around Laguna Gloria?
Francois Roland Truffaut was born on February 6, 1932, and died.
Kids, when they tell you there are rules in art class, don't listen. There are no rules, and it's glorious. Laguna glorious. You know, someone needs to put a rope swing either on top of or underneath this bridge. This bridge is awesome.
This is my favorite bridge In the world.
In the world?
I haven't been around the world, so yes, this is my favorite one.
It's like when we travel, like no matter what region of Texas I'm in, that's my favorite region.
Yeah. Favorite one. Man, these houses.
One of the reasons all these houses are so expensive is like, I mean, look what they're built on. They're built on the side of the cliffs.
I'd be scared of stepping out my back door and just plummeting to my death.
The limestone cliffs in West Austin are awesome, creating some of the best vistas in town and the best parks. Because meandering through those canyons are streams of water and some of Austin's best kept secrets, including our next stop at Bull Creek Park.
So one of the best parts about tripping the hill country is the abundance of water. But some of the swimming holes in the area are so popular, they just get way too overcrowded, which is why I love Bull Creek. But I figure that if we are gonna get wet, we better work up a sweat first, which is why we're gonna do a little bouldering.
Bouldering is essentially rock climbing without ropes, formed on lower rock walls, oftentimes boulders. But that definitely doesn't mean it's any easier.
I would like to remind everybody before I start doing this that I'm a professional TV show host, not a professional climber. And that's by design. All right.
The only thing protecting me from a fall is the small crash pad below me, and I guess my suspect abilities.
That is already pretty high.
I was gonna say, that's not bad. You don't have to go to the top.
I'll give you a trophy.
All right, that's one. My heart is racing.
This park is one of the best places to boulder in the hill country. It's like God put this giant boulder here just for us.
The chalk that you see is markers left by other climbers, so it gives you some evidence of the handholds. I know I go here, then there. I mean, that's obviously a foothold. Part of the cool thing about bouldering, it's kind of like dancing. There's a certain step, like two-step or tango, that you gotta know to get up the wall. You just have to figure them out. Somebody figured them out first, right? I'm in a little bit of a sticky situation, I think. I got a great foothold. Not the way I was expecting to do it, but it counts. I'm gonna be going up this ridge. They call this the Death Ridge. Countless people have died right here. There's a bunch of green, slippery stuff on the wall. Intern Ben, can you come get the green, slippery stuff? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sir. See, the tricky thing is, stuff is actually slippery. Send it!
On any day, you're almost guaranteed to have fellow climbers out here, and it's fun to share ideas and learn from each other. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at this.
Ugh, inverted bouldering is super intense. You have to be in peak physical condition, train for months.
Do you want some water, Chet?
Daniel, get out of the shot. I'm inverted bouldering.
I'm sorry.
It's so intense. Back to the wall, back to the wall.
All right, but I have definitely worked up sufficient sweat. Time for my reward.
Woohoo! There is no better cure for the mean Texas sun than this right here.
Climbing, swimming, arting, you know, all this day trip lacks is a little barbecuing. These days, Austin is seen as a worldwide barbecue-topia. But long before the current craze, the Austin barbecue scene was marked by just a few joints. And one of those set high on a hilltop, sending smoke signals to the world that it was time for Q. That place? County Line BBQ. Let me take you back to Austin, 1975. Willie Nelson, outlaw country, and hippie cowboys roamed the land. And that's when a group of high school buddies and roommates decided to open a little barbecue joint. One of those was this man, Skeeter Miller.
Everybody had enough money to rub two nickels together, basically. Yeah. And so, and one of the things that we wanted to do was create a concept that was barbecue that actually had real silverware. You had a real cloth napkin. Whoa! You had a waiter, and you had a full bar. You know, and you didn't have an old three-legged dog laying out front. I mean, it was a nice place. And
They found an old building way outside of town that already had a smoky past.
There's a lot of stuff that happened on this piece of property. We own 17 acres up here. This used to be a place they were dancing, they were gambling. The legislator guys used to come up here and maybe have a drink or two. There was a still out in the parking lot.
What? You could get away with a lot of stuff outside of town in those days. And almost instantly, County Line had a loyal fan base for their pit smoked cube.
You guys a destination for
that
that generation of Austin?
We were a destination restaurant. You didn't have to worry about them leaving when it was a 2-hour wait because it was too far to go to get back into town. You know, honestly. And we always had fire. Saturday night, we'd have 700 people. The wait was long and the pit catches on fire. Everybody picks up their table and says, we're not going anywhere. And so they carry their stuff out into the parking lot until we can get the fire put out and get back into.
That's dedicated customers right there.
Over the years, their customers have been a who's who of Texas. And to this day, the County Line still inspires a cult-like loyalty. One of the reasons? Their signature beef ribs.
When I was in college, this was the only place you could get beef ribs. County Line.
That's right. We were the only ones because these are the only thing we could afford. I think they paid us to take them.
That's good.
That good stuff?
Yeah, it's delicious. What's the rub on this?
Well, we got a little bit of something.
It's more than just your salt and pepper on bread.
Yeah, right.
A little something secret.
A little something.
I feel like a barbarian eating it. No shame. All right, so here we go. County Line brisket.
County Line brisket. We cook it with fat side down because that's the most of the smoke that you're going to get in there is getting into the meat.
Fat side down? That's not how the others do it. And it's not the only, quote, rule they break. They slice it different, they use only fresh cut green oak, and they cold smoke briskets overnight at 175 degrees.
I really do appreciate it that you guys have a method. Who cares what the internet tells you to do? Like, we've experimented it with everything.
Well, you're never going to find a barbecue cook that doesn't have his way, and that's the way it is.
Great. And smoky to the max.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to smell that way when you go home.
These guys were pioneers and are still blazing their own trails. And one thing they have an undisputed mastery of, Texas-sized portions. This is the all-you-can-stand platter.
Like, literally, I can't stand no more, and you wave the white flag of surrender. This is Texas, right here, on a platter. Sausage, chicken, beef ribs, pork ribs, turkey breast, pulled pork, and the king of Texas barbecue, sliced brisket. What is this? Get this off my plate. What is this? Greenery? Be gone with ye. You know, part of me just wants to terrorize it with my hands, but it's one of the things at County Line. They have proper napkins and silverware. How do you eat a rib with silverware? Let's be honest. And I'm gonna go for some of these pork ribs. Just watch it glisten in the sun. Oh, it is a beautiful thing. That right there is a good pork rib. Something going on in the glaze and the rub. And it does not taste like other pork ribs I've had at any other restaurant. You know, barbecue goes amazing on white bread. Have you ever had it on homemade white bread? That's where it's at right there. What I love so much about the County Line is their mantra. It's like, listen, who cares what the trends are? We didn't get to be 45 years old following trends. Great history, beautiful view, a long-standing tradition of the city that it's in. The great barbecue platter of Texas is big enough for all different kinds and styles of barbecue, and I am very glad the County Line is bringing theirs to the table.
While some see Austin as a land of endless trends and countless Instagrammable murals, there is another side. A side that doesn't move as fast. A side that leaves time to contemplate the world and to enjoy a moment with your head in a waterfall. A side with beloved traditions, but that isn't afraid to try a little something new. A side that will forever be Austin's West Side.
Well, I ate all the barbecue I could stand, but I could always stand a little more nanner pudding. So I will see all y'all out on the road. Bye con Dios, amigos.
Howdy, y'all. Follow along with my adventures at Chet Tripper on Instagram and at The Day Tripper TV on Facebook and YouTube. Or head to thedaytripper.com for travel guides, past episodes, and info on our mobile app and Team Day Tripper. This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Howdy, y'all. Chet the Day Tripper here. Thanks so much for tripping with us. Remember, while you're here, like this video, subscribe to our channel so that we can stay out there on the road and keep on tripping. Did we miss anything in this town? Leave us a comment, let us know. We love finding out about new stops with all of your tips. And if you love Epic Texas Day Trips, remember to check our channel. We got a lot of them on there. Also, don't forget, if you want some sweet Day Tripper merch or another cool Texas-made product, come see us in Georgetown at the Day Tripper World Headquarters. You can also shop online if you check the link down there in the caption. All right, y'all. Bye con Dios, amigos.